So give it to 4 and then go.
Yeah.
So on 4?
Oh boy, this is gonna be hard. Let's just go. 1, 2, 3.
Welcome
back
Welcome back to
Random
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 Ramblings.
Ramblings, Season 3. Sopranos, suck on them titties.
While you guys were talking, it got in my head, so I was going ram. Isn't it weird? Doesn't this table feel like naked? We got like
A little
nothing
bit.
on it.
Usually there's just like a clusterfuck of shit right there.
See, at
You have
least
no Soprano Pops?
no, I don't think they
there
make
is
any.
such a thing.
Unfortunately,
Well, he
Wow.
looks so disappointed.
I know.
That is sad.
We thought about
I'm
that. He
surprised
asked
you
me.
didn't get like posters or something.
I don't even
like-
think.
Literally right before we called you, we were looking around the house. Like, do we still have the DVDs? No, Angela sold that. Do we have a? No, we don't have a book either. Like, we were
No.
looking all over for one.
Well, you have a book.
But it's on his.
Right?
It's on his iPad though.
It's on my.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But all right. So this podcast, we're talking about The Sopranos, season 1, episode 1.
Are you drinking chocolate milk?
Yeah.
Sorry. Milk does about it good. Yeah, put some chocolate in it.
Love chocolate milk.
It doesn't
I don't
surprise me anything he's drinking
I don't
anymore.
drink regular milk. I only drink chocolate milk. I drink almond milk or chocolate milk.
Oh, I can't drink regular milk because I'll have extreme diarrhea. But we're talking about The Sopranos, season 1, episode 1 pilot, and episode 2, 46 long. Not 47 long. Learned that before the podcast started. So,
Oh, you mean you read it?
no, I learned Hess said 46.
Oh, okay.
He said it out loud. But so Hess, what'd you think about The Sopranos?
They were good.
All right,
It's
thanks for watching the podcast, everybody. We'll see you
Yeah.
guys next week.
No, they were good. A lot of dialogue, obviously. I have seen I think I've seen the whole first season.
See,
So,
that's kind of what I wanted to ask. Is how far into it do you got? You said season. You think you finished season 1?
I think I'm either on like episode 9 or I finished season 1.
Okay, there's 13 episodes in season 1.
Then I definitely did not finish.
Okay.
I thought
Yeah,
there
we,
was-
we talked
yeah.
about that. So what we're probably going to have to do is we'll do, like, for the last episode of the season, we'll do the last episode and the first of season 2. And then we'll just do
Right.
that every time.
Since we do 2 at a time.
Yeah.
And how far do you think you've gotten?
I know for sure I've seen the first 2 seasons.
Okay.
I don't know about 3. Because, like, as I'm watching it, like, these first 2, I was like, as stuff started happening, I was like, oh, yeah, that happens. Like, I'm already kind of remembering things that happen. Like, I see someone, I'm like, oh, I kind of remember a storyline with you later on, but I kind
Right.
of don't. But so, it was before I even started watching Game of Thrones that I
yeah,
watched it and stuff,
it-
so.
It's very nostalgic for me. Easy for me to say.
It's getting to you. You're starting to get
Because
all choked up.
I watched it live.
So 20 years ago?
Although,
Yeah.
you asked how far I got. I watched the finale.
This is
I watched the
crazy.
finale live at Mima's house with you. I sat on your lap.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was on your lap watching, and you go, "What the fuck?" And then you realized it was the actual ending. But I remember watching it at Mima's house.
So what were you, like 4?
I was really little.
No,
Well,
no,
yeah. It started 20 years ago, right?
Yeah. It,
Okay,
it didn't
all right.
end all the seasons.
How old,
got it.
how old was I though? I don't do math very good, so that's all you.
If it ended in 2008, that's a guess.
That was 11 years ago.
Wait, hold on.
So,
Hey Siri.
are you 24?
He will be next month.
Why you do my watch now? When did The Sopranos end?
Oh, I thought. Yes. I thought you
2008?
tell her to shut the fuck up.
You're a dumb cunt.
I thought you were gonna ask her how old you were.
Hey Siri. What year did The Sopranos end?
It happened from January 10th, 1999 to June 10th, 2007.
2007.
Okay, so he was
So
12.
that was 12 years ago.
You were sitting in my lap and you were 12? I don't believe that.
23 minus
You don't
12, yeah,
believe that?
12.
No. What?
Mom was next to you on the arm of the chair, and I was in between you guys. We just got done swimming, and we.
Oh, like you guys probably came in and watched it, and then
Yeah.
I was already watching it.
Yeah,
Oh, that makes sense, maybe.
because I remember I was all wet, and you said, "I don't want your wet ass on me," and I still climbed
Yeah.
up. And I still climbed up on you.
That makes sense.
It's starting to sound really dirty the more I explain it.
Do you, what,
A little bit.
yeah, were you wearing that beanie that you wore in that one video a long time ago?
Oh, fuck you! No, nope. We're not even bringing that up. Doesn't need to be said.
The Jordan Sparks video?
Yeah. That was good.
Mm.
Just think, if you wouldn't have done the Jordan Sparks video, whatever, 10 to 12 years ago, we probably wouldn't be doing this right now.
I don't know. Is
I
that true?
don't see how those connect.
I don't know. That's a
I mean, if I were Jerome, I would say, yep, that's why we're doing this today.
Instead, he's
I don't.
gonna look it up the video. I think.
No, I was gonna try
But-
something else.
The link's right here.
I don't have it anymore. I was gonna play an old Hess clip, but I don't have it anymore.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, maybe we're gonna have to get you to say some fucking Tony Soprano shit instead
Yeah.
of oysters, clams, and cockles.
You know, there was at least 2 times while we were because we watched a little bit of 2. Actually, we watched all 2 together. But where he said that Tony Soprano reminded him of you a lot.
Really?
It wasn't flattering.
I'm not saying it was.
It was just a couple parts where he would say something like, God, that reminds me of Hess. And it was just like, it was funny, though.
What's funny though too is I thought when I watched the first episode, Tony and his mom reminded me of you and your mom a lot.
That kind of scares me.
Like it was a lot.
I can't stand his mother.
Especially
My
when
God.
she asked me to kill you.
I laughed really hard when he goes, Mom, we're fixed good lamp-wise. Like, I laugh at everything he says.
Yeah.
Everything he says, I laugh at.
It's I told you this. It disappointed me a lot when I was watching this, and then I realized that like, how did I not recognize his son in the Deuce? Because they look like exactly the same. Like his son looks way younger.
Yeah, but did you like? I didn't even know he had a son.
I didn't either.
That's his
And
real
then
son in real life?
no, but they for the prequel movie, not the one in the show.
On the show.
Not AJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
But his
I was
son-
like, really?
his-
I didn't fucking know
His
that.
son in real James Gandolfini's son is playing him in the prequel
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. I knew that.
And that kid's in The Deuce, that James Franco HBO show.
Oh.
He's weird as fuck in that show.
I like the Mike's Up cameo and then Bodie the cameo.
Yeah, I don't even know if Bodhi's a cameo. He's just a bit part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
funny. You said that I wouldn't recognize. I actually did recognize both people. Because you said you wouldn't know if I'd get both cameos.
Yeah, I didn't know if you'd recognize.
I wonder
Bodhi.
how early in Mike Epps' career that was.
Well, it was 1999.
Yeah.
It'd be really easy to. I mean, it was early.
I know.
Is that before
I mean,
next Friday?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm pretty sure.
I gotta ask Siri when next
Yeah.
Friday came out again.
I'm 100% positive.
You could
it
just
is.
Hey,
go
Siri.
on IMDb.
I'll bet you a blowjob.
What year did next Friday come out?
Wait, if you win.
Which one? I found 2. Next Friday and Friday after next. Which one?
What, the one that I said
Next
Friday.
Friday.
It came out in 2000. So yes, this was before.
Oh, just barely.
Does that mean I have to blow Hess, or he has to blow me?
That's what I was asking. Oh, you guys just
No.
blow each other and call it even.
We could just do that. You want to
No.
wrap up this podcast?
Well,
Just
I'm not
do,
saying
like,
anything.
what would that be? Like a 77 or not? Like
Wouldn't it just be like a
upside down
66?
70?
Or no, it'd still be 69, wouldn't it?
How about 68 now? You won.
I don't know.
Would it?
We're not.
If
anyways,
if
moving on.
midgets do a 69, is it called like a 36?
No.
Well, because they're smaller. So I was just trying to shorten the numbers.
What number is just 36 when you flip it over, you dumbass?
63.
All right. The Sopranos, season 1, episode 1, the pilot.
That's 8 minutes in, and I got you to already ignore me.
So this one, the first one's written and directed by David Chase, which he wrote a lot of them, but I don't know how many he directed. But I did catch that he directed it. And also, from reading that book, the pilot was filmed a year ahead of the rest of the season.
Oh,
wow.
really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have even guessed that.
The only reason it feels different to me, Silvio, when he comes up to Tony at one point when they're outside the restaurant or whatever, he kind of acts like they don't seem as close. Whereas I know the rest of the years they're super close.
Mm-hmm.
And then his girlfriend was
Oh,
different.
yeah, you did mention the girlfriend and the priest are different.
The girlfriend and the priest are different actors in the pilot.
So does HBO do that a lot? Because didn't they do that with Westworld? Didn't they film the pilot and then like almost a year, if not a year later, they filmed the rest of the show?
I don't know. Well, you got to get the pilot sold, so maybe that's
Yeah.
what it was. But yeah, the priest is in it a lot, but obviously it's a different guy. The girlfriend, I don't.
Right.
he-
Isn't the priest going forward? Isn't it the? Did you ever see Nurse Jackie?
No, I didn't really watch
Oh,
it.
that
I watched-
would kind of make sense though if he
I-
crosses over to
I,
that though.
I think it's that guy. I could be completely wrong on that, but for whatever reason, I think it is him. The pharmacist from Nurse Jackie. Going forward,
for
not in the first one.
for some reason, I think you're right.
It would make sense if they had a relationship on
Because
Sopranos.
I
and
think I
lived over.
remember like seeing it on. Like, hey, that's the fucking priest, though. You know, but
Like all the women in his life, can't stand him.
Yeah.
that's not true. His daughter
Well,
loves
other
him.
than
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
yeah, I mean she's fine, Meadow, but I'm talking like grown women. I don't like whatever Nancy Grace. She reminds me of Nancy Grace.
Dr. Melfi?
No, his wife,
Oh,
Camilla or whatever.
Carmelo, yeah.
Carmelo Anthony. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then I
don't
I can't
confuse yourself.
Yeah, because you're confusing me
You
too.
you already are bad with names. You start calling them other names, you're just going to confuse yourself.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Carmelo's. It's hard for me because
And I'm sure my opinion will change, but
it may not.
Because she's kind of like the Skylar and the Cersei of the show in a way, isn't she? Like
No.
maybe not the Cersei, but like the Skylar, like with him while he's doing shitty things, and we get like her point of view on stuff.
Yeah, but I think she's better. I know she's a better actress.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong. She has her moments in these first 2 episodes, like where she's not just annoying as fuck, but there is
I
moments
remember
where I'm just like, oh my god.
I
really?
remember
Why?
liking her at times, and then sometimes her being annoying. But that happens with most characters too.
Yeah, you also have to take her perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, like when she's like, "You be home for AJ's birthday." He's like, "Yeah, I'll come straight after work." She's like, "I'm not talking about work."
Well, at first he ignores her too.
Yeah, it's just
So
like
it's just like years of that too.
Yeah.
Plus didn't he just come in from being with the Ducks?
talk about shit about the Ducks.
See, that's what reminded me of you too. You'd be outside like, oh look, it's Phoebe in the backyard. Oh my god.
I'm not. Well, Ducks would be kind of cool. I'll give you that. All right, it opens up with Tony and Dr. Melfi's like waiting room area. He's like staring at the
Titty statue.
right, and the first thing I thought is that thing has huge nipples, and Hess is gonna love that.
No, I mean,
And then he
it's
calls it.
just
He's looking at this
statue.
titty statue.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, that's a very accurate description, is it not?
I didn't remember that it even had nipples.
What?
It like zooms in on him.
I
Like
didn't-
it wants you to know that it's
yeah.
like weird.
I didn't
Yeah.
even pay attention to that.
She sees him for the first time after his panic attack. He tells her he's in waste management consultant. And
Is it before it cuts away, or is it around there when she's like, yeah, but like, just remember, if you tell me anything illegal.
It's a little bit later.
yeah, it's as it cuts away.
Yeah.
So like, and that's what I was gonna say. So then like he narrates the episode basically,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Which is, I think that's cool. I think it's a cool perspective.
It was a cool way to get us to know everybody without being
Right.
like, "Here's mommy." And,
Yeah,
you know
it
what
was
I mean?
neat.
Right.
I wonder if like they did it that way on purpose at first, or if they filmed it and then like thought afterwards that'd be a good idea or not. Like which way they went into that.
Yeah. I mean, when I was reading that book about it, they were like, this could really be a crutch that people could use, but they didn't use it. You know,
Mhm.
they just used it the one time.
Yeah, it was actually, I thought about that because the second episode they don't do that at all, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. Like,
Yeah.
'cause that could have been the show. He goes and sees his therapist and tells her about some mob stuff, but leaves out some details.
Yeah.
Like, that could have totally been the show.
Yeah. So we meet like his family. We meet Meadows' friend Hunter. She's in the show quite a bit.
Yeah, I actually remembered her.
And then throughout the narration, we kind of meet everybody.
Yeah.
Through Tony's story, we meet Christopher, and so they talk to that guy Mahaffey. It was his
Yeah.
name,
They
and
don't really talk to him.
well, they eventually talk to him. So and as Tony described it, they were getting coffee.
Yeah.
Yep.
But what really happened?
She's like, so getting coffee.
Yeah, and that's when she interrupted with,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, basically, Christopher gets out. He runs away from Christopher. Tony gets in the car,
Chases him through like a almost like a park area, but in
it's
front
Like
of a business.
Business plaza.
Yeah.
yeah, in front of a insurance place because
Yeah.
it's HMO. Because when
Yeah.
Tony,
Yeah, when he came, he's like, oh, you have good insurance.
yeah, he goes, HMO, what are you complaining about?
It's a good plan.
It's so funny. So I liked how he hits him, and then gets out of the car, goes, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And then punches him in the leg.
Yeah. Starts talking to him and then hits him in the leg again.
Yeah. And
Hey, you all right?
That is a really good scene, too, to introduce you to their violence, too.
oh yeah.
Like, says it's a coffee break, and then they go, it's a car chase, and then he beats up the guy and gets back in the car and leaves.
and it shows you a lot about Christopher too. So like he
Yeah,
can't.
He's just a big fuck up.
Well, yeah, he can't get the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tony has to go do it, and then he's worried about his car instead of the guy. And he's like, "Get the
Right.
fuck over
He's like,
here!"
It's $3,000.
Yeah,
I remember not liking
The
Christopher
guy
a
owes
lot.
him $250.
yeah. Christopher's hard. Like
Yeah.
he's especially in these early seasons.
Yeah, like he does have a good kind of likable moment in the second one when he like tells that one dude he's not gonna go with him or whatever.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I remember not liking him.
Yeah, I was kind of the same way.
Okay, I was wondering if that maybe changed or not.
The next is a breakfast meeting. Big Pussy and Polly they're talking about. So there's Czechoslovakians trying to take over some garbage area. It's in the tri-state boroughs, is what it says.
Triborough or something like that.
Yeah. So basically, they're sitting around outside. That's when Sylvia walks up and he's like, "Hey, I don't hate to tell you this, but your Uncle Junior's gonna kill little Pussy." In Artie.
Managa or something like that. Mount Naga?
I don't know. I just called him Little Pussy.
Malanga?
I think that's closer, actually.
Something like that. I know it starts with an M.
I like the first one though, because that sounded like you were making an order at a hooker place. At a whorehouse. You're like, I get some of that Pussy Malaga.
That reminds me, I got a monster. I got a Monster Rain yesterday. It was a peach one, and I took a sip of it. And I asked my mom, I was, "Hey, you want to try this?" And she took a sip of this. And can you guess what she said it tasted like?
Pussy.
She said, "You know what this tastes like? This tastes like pink pussy."
It's
I
it
didn't
is
know.
A drink.
Yeah, but I looked.
Yeah, it's like a shot, right?
I looked at her like, "What the fuck?" And she goes, "It's a drink. I swear. I think it is. Go ask your dad." So I walk out to him and I'm like,
funny because I could see her saying.
Yeah. So I walk out to him and I go, "So I had mom try this," and she said it tastes like pink pussy. And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "She said it's a drink." And he's like, "Yeah, but I wouldn't know what it tastes like." And I was like, "Well, your wife knows all about pink pussy, I guess."
It's a shot. Yeah.
Also,
The only reason I know is because
you're a big pink pussy drinker.
Hanson at 3rd Street and Bell, when they had their bar.
Yeah.
The one time I went there, they had like a waitress walking around selling pink pussies for $1.
And then he said, "Hey, can I get some of that pussy?"
Hey, give me some of that Pussy Malaga. That's
I think
awesome.
it's a Malanka. Melania.
So Tony doesn't want them to kill Little Pussy in Artie's restaurant.
At Artie's.
Yeah.
Because he's a friend.
Right.
And he'll wreck his business. On the one hand, I get the point.
Which makes sense.
It makes sense, but on the other hand, it's like, what does he care? Like,
What's funny is he ultimately, like, I know he's gonna help him rebuild it and shit, but he ends up ruining his business for a little bit.
I know. Like,
I was like, why couldn't you just let the guy get whacked there? Because now he's gonna be out of business for a while.
I guess because if someone gets killed there, like no one's ever gonna go there. If it burns
Right.
down
I
and they
think that's
rebuild
their-
it, then eventually they will come back.
if you build it, they will come. That's where that came from.
They're gonna
Shut
get
up,
scared.
Apple Watch. This isn't your podcast.
Go.
He actually goes there for lunch in the next scene with Christopher, and then we meet Artie, and then they show his wife, but she doesn't really talk too much.
And you meet Uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he meets.
I remember never liking him either.
It's hard to like him. There's times where I do like him because he's funny,
Mhm.
but it's hard to like him. Yeah.
Like the scene with him and Anthony in the second episode was funny when they're having like their little,
The sit down?
dispute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. Yeah, like he has, and then as soon as Tony gets up and leaves, he like talks shit about him.
Yeah, but he's like a backstabbing bitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he's totally jealous of. Well, they talk about it in the second episode. He's jealous because Tony's ahead of him.
Yeah.
And then we get to meet his mommy. She's a nice little lady.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh my.
Yeah. A lot of things she said though did remind me of you and Mima talking together.
I don't know
That's
how.
Like he brings her that's when he brings her the VCR, the CD player,
The CD player.
and then she's like, "Yeah, I don't need it," and like walks away. Like it's totally you and Mima, and then
I
just
don't want it.
the way she said it and some of the way they talk to each other reminded me of like you and her a little bit.
That's scary.
Except your guys is a little more playful,
right.
but it
A
reminded
little more playful than Tony Soprano. That's nice.
Yeah.
And I want to know how the fuck you catch mushrooms on fire.
I guess what do you cook them in?
I
Do you,
don't know.
do you cook them in oil?
Yeah,
So then I guess that because
the oil would be good.
our
too.
mom, another
Yeah.
story about her, almost burned down the entire kitchen. 'cause
We almost had an
she was
Olivia
she was
incident here,
cooking with
too.
oil, and Taylor was taking a shower, and the water just wouldn't turn off in the bathroom. So instead of telling Nick to go do that, who's just playing video games, she's cooking dinner with oil. walks into the bathroom to go turn off the water, then has to go outside and turn it off, and then just comes back into the kitchen, and the kitchen's on fire.
Which, by the way, the last thing you should do when your kitchen's on fire is turn off the water.
Yeah.
Right.
So then
We almost died.
was when
over
I
that.
was in my room. I think I was watching Flash, just chilling in there, and I kept hearing
Was
this.
this recent?
It was
No,
like
it
a
was like
year or
years
two ago, probably like 2 years ago. Not
a year or two.
It was a while ago.
Yeah.
But it was fairly recent though. Like it wasn't.
It's at least 3 years, yeah.
But I walked out of my room hearing this commotion. I was like, "What the fuck are they doing out here?" And I just see them all swatting the fucking fire and all this shit and running outside doing all this stuff.
I do remember this.
And I was like, "What?
Fuck,
the
I hope so.
What the fuck?"
Yeah.
The house almost caught on fire. The
Yeah.
house did catch on fire.
Yeah. The oven was on fire.
Like, literally, I was like, I could not get it out, so I just fucking grabbed the pan and threw it on the ground and then like smothered it.
Yeah. And then I took.
Which
off,
I was like, I should've
and then
done
while
that
he
in the
was
first
out,
place.
he was outside. He called his mom. Was talking to her on the phone. Told me and Taylor to get rid of the blankets or rid of all the towels and stuff because they were all burnt. So I just grabbed them, threw them in the trash outside, and we walked away. And then the trash can lit on fire.
No way.
And then he's like, so then he told us to put it out. So I ran to grab the hose in the front yard and wouldn't reach all the way. So we were like trying to spray at it and we wouldn't get it.
It's like a goddamn Three Stooges
No.
episode.
So we're spraying at it and it's not going out. And he goes, "The trash can has fucking wheels." And we're like, "Oh yeah." So we just reeled it over and put it out.
Totally hear him saying that.
Well, because I'd had it at that point. Fuck.
Yeah. But so we had 2 fires in one day.
Yeah. With no water. We had to turn the water
Well,
back on.
so that being said, I found it kind of reasonable that her mushrooms caught on fire.
Yeah. You live through that, you're like, not a big deal. I forgot. So
That'd be a good freeze moment if the camera turns off. Just put it on his like that.
I just heard it.
He
in
was
my ears.
yawning.
Yeah.
I was trying to disguise the yawn. I don't think I disguised it.
Jerome brought it to everyone's attention. So the birthday party.
That's when he collapses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he has the birthday party. It's canceled because she's not coming, and he collapses. That's when AJ says, "So what? No fucking ziti."
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was good.
It literally in the book, the Confessions of the Sopranos, I think it's called. It says that's a great line by AJ, and don't hold your breath. There's no more like that.
Oh really?
They basically rip on him in the first fucking episode of.
Wow.
Oh, do people not like him?
I don't think he's a very good actor.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
he was
at
a
lea-
fucking kid.
At least he makes it to the end. Like they didn't like replace him.
Spoilers.
Like they didn't
I'm just
replace his character at all or anything.
Yeah.
I guess he's good enough for that.
I don't know that, like, it was really about him too much. There's a couple episodes that was just like, but never the biggest AJ fan of the
He
world.
never goes and gets coffee with anybody.
No. I think he tries, though, towards the end.
Oh.
Yeah, so he passes out when the Ducks leave.
Yeah. You probably would too, you little pussy.
Were you sad when the Ducks left?
No.
If ducks showed up like at your place and were chilling there for a while, would you be all happy?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, obviously, I feel like you just have to know, like, they're not going to stay there forever.
Yeah.
Like, they're
they had
wild
babies.
creatures, you know.
Creatures.
I mean, for fuck's sake, he built them like a wood ramp to get in and out.
Yeah, I like that
Fucking
too. In the he's like,
pool.
hey, you guys
He's,
don't like that ramp?
talking
I'll
to
build you
him.
another
Yeah.
one.
Going, Jesus Christ, this guy's fucking nuts. So
I just thought about this. Did you ever do you have a follow up to that story you told last week with that kid coming to your house checking his mail?
Oh.
Did nothing ever came of that still?
So I
That's a random place to ask.
It just popped in my head. And I
The-
wanted
the
to
next-
I wanted to say it before I forgot.
the next morning I got a text from him. I'm assuming him.
It's a dick
And he
pic.
was-
He's like, "Hey, you got my mail?"
No, he was just like, hey, please let me know if you get the package. So
I told you it was a dick pic.
Yeah. Dick pic.
So I did like a reverse phone number lookup. Tried to find anything I could.
I've done that.
Couldn't
before.
find anything. So I paid 99 cents to
Oh,
unlock
wow.
this guy's information because it was like a one-time thing. You could put in a phone number and get information. So I got the guy's name and like any phone number linked to him and any address linked to him.
Fuck, Hess is a
So-
hacker.
So
Well, I don't know if you pay 99 cents, that makes you a hacker.
He's a hacker. He's the one that took our Netflix.
It was not me. I don't speak French. Oui. But anyways, so he it showed the previous address, the same address as here, but a different like unit number, very, very, very similar.
Hopefully.
So I'm like,
Oh, so the story kind of pans out.
yeah. So I'm like, so I went into like the office and I talked to the manager and I'm like, hey, I know due to like HIPAA and all that, like privacy, you can't give me answers, but like, can you, give me anything? And he was like, I can tell you that, because I had the guy's name. He goes, I can tell you that guy lives here. He goes, and I'm like, okay. And so I explained it to him, and he's like, I just don't understand. He's like, I don't know. And I go, I'm hoping that like, like they just did put the wrong fucking address down for like the delivery. But yeah, the kid never showed back up, and I never got another text, and I never got any package. So I'm hoping that like the mailman or male woman
Or person.
Just saw the name and they're like, that person doesn't live there, and put it in the right.
If that is true, props to the mailman for recognizing that.
Did you get any medical records?
No.
Oh, because you said HIPAA violations, so I was like...
Well, I mean, just like, I didn't mean
You're
HIPAA,
like,
but like...
Oh, he broke his arm in 72.
For privacy circumstances, I guess.
Okay.
When you were...
but he did, like, it's literally, his unit number is one number off from mine. So,
do you want to say that out loud so people can come to your house?
No.
When you were Googling his number, did you have flashbacks to when I had to Google your number?
I don't know. I wasn't there, so.
Well, you didn't think about that at all? That was my
like,
first thought.
He was on the other side.
Yeah, but I texted him, hey, you live in Michigan or whatever. Fuck
Indiana.
you. Indiana, fuck you. Sending me pictures of shit.
They kept running out the living room. This guy's sending us poop pictures. And I was like, oh, that's weird. It's funny that, like...
What kind of dickhead has their friend do that to their son?
It was all him. It was his idea.
Yeah, but you allowed it.
I didn't care.
I'd never have someone send you poop.
Like, who, like, literally, they're running around. They're, like, showing, like, oh, my God, we keep getting all these poop pictures. Who's doing this? And, like, I didn't even, like, get up. And, like, they never, like, put two and two together until long after the fact.
It was a good solid 30 minutes of me just sitting shit.
And then Taylor grabs my phone and texts him, I'm calling the police, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, Taylor, he's not going to fall for that.
Yeah, I was like, go ahead. Cool.
911, this guy's sending me poop.
The funny thing is like, I have like that. Do you have like Time Hop on your phone?
No.
Well, it's like, like anything captured on that day or anything.
Oh, like it like reminds you of it or
so
whatever?
Like, I'll have shit pictures still pop up randomly because they're saved to my Google Photos.
You're like, that one's real.
Yeah, were any of those your actual shits, or was it all Google?
I honestly can't remember.
I think
that's sad. If you can't remember possibly that you sent someone shit.
I don't think so, because it was all so spur of the moment. It was just like, oh, I'm gonna fucking like Google shit pictures.
It was all because of something about...
Like,
it was something, you said something about shit.
Yeah, but how does it even come up that I don't like poop, and then all of a sudden you send me shit?
I did something about... I think it's because I said I was gonna FaceTime you when I pooped.
Maybe.
And then
I think so.
And then you were like, I don't want to see you shit and blah blah blah. And then he's like, oh, I got an idea.
What's his number?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
And then a couple in, I was like, what's your address?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was very weird. And then I think he started sending me my address
because that's when you lived by us
and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was on up there like I-17 and T.
Imagine if he was like outside the house, he started sending his pictures like my window and shit, and like I can see you guys in there.
You would have shit your pants.
Yeah, I would have had a picture for him.
Yeah. And then he's like, I'm on a bike, and then you would have lost your fucking mind.
He's on a little chopper out there.
Yeah. Jesus. After Tony passes out and he gets his MRI, Carmela says, "You're going to hell, motherfucker."
Yeah.
That was
nice
weird. Like she said,
was
like
very sweet.
She lost her shit.
I wondered because she's arguing, like
endearing.
they're yelling at each other, and then that nurse comes up and plugs in the thing. Like, can you imagine being that nurse?
Yeah. Oh
like you're plugging that guy into the machine. Some guy's like, "You're going to fucking hell," and she's like, "Yikes, okay, oh, calm down, Nurse Jackie."
I'm sure it happens.
Oh yeah. Well, and she doesn't want him to die any more than, but he started in with she gets defensive about the priest too, and like.
That's one thing I don't remember is if she's actually fucking the priest or not.
Pretty sure she is.
Guess you'll have to find out.
Yeah.
So Christopher meets with Emil Kolar, or as Christopher
that meth head?
All right, yeah.
Blows his fucking brains out all over the sausage table.
My favorite part is when he calls him email twice.
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, even on
and the guy corrects him twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
So that's not the meth. That's the guy doing coke and he kills. There.
Oh, you're thinking of
It was Buddy in episode 2.
yeah. And then Tony tries to change Junior's mind and he can't. I did notice. Did you, Hess, when Carmel and the priest are watching TV when Meadow comes home and tries to break in? Did you notice what they were watching?
She runs. Did not.
They were watching Field of Dreams.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't know that, but I thought Hess might.
Didn't they say it was?
I mean, if I would have seen it, I would have. I just really missed it. Probably because she runs in like immediately and grabs like an AK-47.
You know how stupid I am? I was thinking they just said it. It's because we just saw Brightburn in the theater and there was a trailer for Field of Dreams. I just imagine going Field of Dreams or whatever.
Yeah, no, it was the scene where the ladies at the they're talking about the book.
Literally every podcast 30 minutes in Hess freezes. All right, Hess is back.
All right, so Tony goes back to therapy. He kind of basically said that he was depressed, and he brings up Gary Cooper, the strong silent type, and basically he's embarrassed to being depressed.
Yeah.
And I like how he goes off on it's like, oh yeah, now everybody has fucking feelings about everything, which is totally true. Like,
yeah. And this was 20 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, I thought about how relevant that was
now.
Like to now.
Like, yeah. Like,
have you ever talked to a therapist, Hess?
Yeah.
Was it like Tony Sopranos?
No, nothing like that. But I have talked to a therapist before.
Like how many? Did you go for a while, or was it just like a couple times?
For about 6 years.
You're not gonna start tearing up, are you?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, cool. That might.
I always wonder what that would be like to talk to a therapist.
You should try it out.
Yeah, I wonder how that would be.
I really wonder what it'd be like for Nick to talk to a therapist too. I feel like she'd pull up some like weird shit out of you.
I don't know what that means.
I think people know what that means.
Anywho, Tony understands Freud because he went to half a semester of college.
Half a semester, yeah.
I love it when he says shit like that.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
You get Tony?
I understand.
Oh,
no,
you're making fun of him. Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
But he basically admits he's been depressed since the Ducks have left. And it shows Pussy and Christopher trying to get the fucking body in the dumpster.
Oh, I did like that scene. They throw it and they hit it, and then they decide to put it back and go like chop it up or whatever.
And then Christopher's Louis Brasi sleeps with the fishes. He's like, it's Luca Brasi. He can't even get it fucking right.
Yeah.
So then they make him disappear.
So that guy's pussy?
That guy's pussy. He's big pussy.
Big pussy. Okay, I was gonna say that's big pussy though, right?
Yeah.
I like it when they return the teacher's car and he's like, "Wait, who?"
Yeah, that shit was funny.
My dad's friend, Pussy.
How come you don't have a friend, Pussy?
Who says I don't?
We could start calling Hess Pussy.
He's medium pussy.
Yeah.
So they take Livia to a retirement home, and when she flips out about the nursing home, Tony has another attack.
Yeah.
Or as Livia calls him, has a fit.
Is he still having those fits?
I like
She's
that.
just a fucking negative sack of dog shit.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Like
That's a good way to describe it.
Like she really reminds me of like that Saturday Night Live skit, like with Fallon and I can't even think of her name, but the Debbie Downer one. Like that's her in a nutshell.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely depressed too.
Like, good lord.
And she's depressed, but she's also a fucking bitch.
Yeah, like that. I mean, it explains her in that. Just that one scene of her when she's.
I watched the first episode and I walk in. And I said to John, like, "Who's worse, Cersei or Livia?" And he's like, "Yeah, you asked me that before," and I didn't remember asking him. But I honestly wonder because,
I mean, at least Cersei likes her kids.
Yeah,
she loves something at least.
I don't.
Yeah. But to me, the scene that sums up his mom like right away is when they're talking about like what offended the Jamaican girl that was like helping her out, and she goes, "Oh, you never know with those blacks."
Yeah,
and you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
but it was funny because Tony's like, "Hey, I don't care what you do when you're here, no ganja." Yeah. I was dying
just right off the bat.
I was dying.
Yeah, and all because she had an accent.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's
See, and that's what I mean. Like, there's times where, like Tony's not stupid, but there's times where he does stupid things.
yeah. He just does it like that. Like that's just no tact.
And you can tell that's
Yeah.
because
But that's
of
the
his mother.
business he's in. I mean,
Yeah.
And that's
you
just like
know?
the people he's around. Like that's just like
Yeah.
what they were like.
Back in Melfi's office, Tony's embarrassed, and he talks about his mom, and they also bring up Rico, which she asked if that was his brother, which I thought that was kind of funny. And he said that he has to play the sad clown, which is a bit like off to me. He's not a sad clown. Like he might say, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. It seemed to fit for me when he said it.
and then she prescribes him Prozac. At the Bing, Christopher and Tony, and then we get introduced to Hesh, who used to work with his father.
Right.
Basically,
You know, I'm realizing as we're going through this, I have no idea who anybody is. You've said probably already 50 names, and I'm like, I don't know who that is. I'm just rolling past it.
well, you'll get to know him. I mean, you only
Yeah.
watched 2 episodes.
Well, we've
so-
already seen it
So-
before too, though.
Yeah.
Once, but that's the same with Game of Thrones.
Yeah. So far, I like Big Pussy and obviously Tony.
Yeah, you has loves big pussy. You know what I'm saying?
Going into it, now I know who's who. Obviously Tony.
Right.
Yeah.
I like Silvio. Though once Dad's back, they pulled me back.
Yeah,
in.
what was the other guy that I like?
Yeah.
I liked Silvio and I liked
Pauly.
Pauly, yeah. I remember
Yeah.
really liking Silvio.
He's the one
and
that
Pauly.
goes with them when they're looking for the car, right? He's all pissed that they stole like the Italian
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
He's a fucking dumbass, but he's funny as
Yeah.
hell.
He is funny.
Yeah.
And then he takes the coffee pot thing.
They're probably my 3 favorite.
I like. I mean, I know it's a little head, but I like the scene where he's like, "Oh yeah, he said they work at like butt fucks,"
Okay,
no.
no.
like-
Yeah.
and he's like,
It's
"What?"
funny when you're watching that with subtitles and it's like, hey, he works over there at butt fucks. You're like, wait, what? Like, you know, butt fucks.
Wow.
That
That's
sounds like
something I
almost
would
like a
say.
joke that would be in South Park. Like that'd be like them making fun of Starbucks. Oh,
Yeah.
it's butt fucks.
Yeah. Which, and then I didn't even get it. Like, oh, it kind of sounds
Yeah.
like Starbucks, but it's not. It's pretty funny. Well, they discuss Mahaffey, and then they also discuss Uncle Junior, and they discuss Hessiani. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That's
So
where
ba-
they broke the fourth
basically,
wall.
Hesh is like, hey, just get Artie on a cruise or some shit, get him out of here. And then if the
Right.
Yeah, and
if-
Tony's like, well, I never even thought of that.
but that's why he's going for him for help because he's
Yeah.
scared. So, but then Tony comes up with the plan. Hey, we'll get this guy to do fake fucking insurance shit claims.
yeah.
And he's gonna owe you the 250. You have to do a shot.
No,
Oh, okay.
different podcast. That was last season, buddy. Now
That
you have to
should
do. Now
stand-
you have to do a shot.
It should alternate. That
Yeah.
would be a good running.
Okay,
back.
it's your turn.
No, between you two, I'm the one that's.
Oh, it's just
hiccuping.
gonna alternate between us. It doesn't go this way.
I can do that. Yeah, it's clockwise. You're next.
You could do a shot of chocolate milk. Oh, I guess not.
Bitches-
So are you
bitches
gonna do?
okay.
Are you gonna do a shot or what?
I'm not doing a shot.
Oh, you're not. But
No.
when
I gotta read. It'll like scramble my
Yeah,
words.
no, you can barely read anyways
Oh.
when you don't have a shot
Yeah.
inside you.
I'll bring a 40 next time, and we'll just fucking.
You can't do a shot of a 40. You gotta do a shot of White
No, I'll
Walker.
just drink a 40.
Oh
and
wait,
then I'll be
do they have like a Sopranos
That is a
alcohol?
good way to get rid of it, though.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Why do we have to get rid of it? It's a collector's
Well, I'm
item.
just saying.
It's just sitting over there,
What's it
getting
gonna go
warmer
bad?
and
It's fucking
warmer. in here.
Scotch.
Yeah, definitely not going to go bad, but
So what you're saying is you're not gonna do a shot.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying. Carmelo wants to go
Everybody
to tea.
comment down below. Nick's a pussy.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm big pussy. Carmelo wants to go get tea with Meadow, and she's like, "Go fuck yourself,"
Yeah.
yeah.
which I kind of liked,
Which she's at that bitchy teenage stage.
but only to her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
like.
she's daddy's little girl.
Yeah, I liked
You
how she.
kidding?
I liked how she was. Carmelo was like, "You can't just break the rules and do whatever's right." And
And
she
then
was
she's like, "Are you
like,
fucking kidding
"Oh, really?"
I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was now. Which if you watch, we put out on Twitter the trailer for the season.
So do they start going to look at colleges this season? Because I've seen that part.
I think it's episode 5.
Okay.
But she says, "What do you think mom and dad do for all the money?" And brings it back. I thought it was like around then when she's like, "Are you kidding me? Dad's in the mob." But so I was expecting her to say that then.
She literally asked him on that college trip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Tony gives Artie the cruise tickets, and then his wife Charmaine was like, "What are you fucking stupid?"
Yeah, I remember his wife being a big bitch too.
She's not.
She's
though.
not wrong. Yeah, she's
She's-
not wrong.
She's just not on Tony's side.
See, that's
She
probably why I
doesn't wanna
thought she
get
was.
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't want to get involved. She
And-
doesn't want to put her family in danger. I get it.
I feel like I've
Yes,
seen her
it
in
does
other
come
things
off a
recently
little
though
bitchy.
too.
Oh, really?
I feel like I have. Maybe
I think
should
I
look
read. I think I read that she got the part because she was taking her kid to audition for something, but I might have made that up. So don't quote me on that.
it up. I'm
So
quoting Nick on that.
Pussy and Hash go talk to McAfee at the.
It's funny because you sound like you're saying Hess.
I know.
I keep thinking you're talking about Hess.
It's hard not to say Hess, to be honest. They basically threaten him over a bridge, like subtly. Throw the ice cream cone over.
Yeah, that was a really good scene. I like
Yeah.
that. I kind of wish they would have thrown him over, to be honest.
I liked how the ice cream man was like, "Yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here." Ding, 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 ding.
And right as he goes, the guy's like, "You know what? I will take your deal."
Hey, I got an idea. I'll do it.
Yeah, perfect. This will work.
So Tony gets good news that the Kohler brothers aren't. They withdrew their bid, but then he also
Is that wife's name Cedrine?
it's Charmaine.
Charmaine.
Oh, well, then maybe.
She might not even be credited in the first episode. Holy skedaddle!
Because I don't know what that was.
That was
That
Joey.
one big?
That was Joey fucking
Oh.
Scooby Dooing down the hall.
Yeah, she's not crazy.
And Artie gives back the tickets. Then we see Melfi at dinner on a date. That was a pretty funny
That was.
scene.
He's like, holy fuck, do you know who the fuck that was?
Yeah. And then
And then they're like, "Well, he's like, holy fuck, you do know who that was."
I like it when Tony just looks at him and goes, "How you doing?" The guy's like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
It would be interesting to know, like, a mob member.
Yeah.
Like a maid man.
I feel like it'd be interesting, but then once you got into a relationship with him, then it might be
I
kind of
wouldn't want to
scary.
be in the mob. I wouldn't mind having, hey, Bubba, what's going on? You know, like.
Anyone in the mob is calling someone Bubba.
I didn't mean to say
I feel
Bubba,
like
I
if
meant to say-
Hess,
I meant to say buddy.
it'd be really bad, I think, for Hess to have a mob friend, because I feel like he might accidentally,
Like,
throw a word out here or there, and then he'd be sleeping with the fishes.
yeah. You could be in the Alabama mob because you be, hey, Bubba.
No, I didn't mean to say Bubba. I meant to say Bubby.
But
Buddy.
see, prime example. He's trying to talk to the guy. He'll accidentally offend him, and then Hess is dead.
Yeah. So
Hey, Bubby.
did you notice? So he goes to the restaurant with his little girlfriend, and
Yep.
then the
And
next
then, next scene, he's walking in with his wife.
and the maitre d's like, "Oh, Mr. Soprano, where have you been?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey,
I noticed that. I was
like, $100.
I was like, oh, I like that. The guy kind of has his back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he can get away with anything. Are you kidding me?
So then
They all know who he is. They all know he's fucking a powerful man.
at Meadows' volleyball game, Tony tells Silvio to fucking burn down the fucking restaurant.
Yeah.
And then they walk home and go to a church, and then he starts talking about stuff. It was funny though, because Meadows like, "Dad, what the fuck?" But then at the end, she kind of bought in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you said you didn't want me to wrap you up, but we literally have 10 minutes to talk about episode 2.
Cool. Melfi warns him at the end that if
It's not the medication.
it's not the medication, but if he displaces his anger,
Yeah, I like that. He's saying he feels better and all this stuff. And she's like, well, it's not that. It takes a while for that to kick in.
yeah, and then he beats the shit out of Georgie.
Yeah.
So in the book, I did highlight one thing that it said. It said that Tony adored the ducks in the pool because they were guarded by a mother who protected and nurtured them in a manner of free alternative motive, a deceit and manipulation, a urge to annihilate. Livia, for all of her evident helplessness, is the most active destructive force in the pilot, a black hole vacuuming up hope. Thought that was pretty.
See, I feel like
just-
that's someone analyzing it like that. To me, I don't see that going into Tony's head.
No, that's
That's
totally
what the-
so. Yeah, that's totally. But
It's like the whole. That's like the why everything's going on. Like he feels guilty that he feels like he's the reason his mom is like the way she is, and he's mad because obviously his dad wasn't a saint, and
But then he said he was a saint 100 times. How could he not be?
Right, but what I'm saying is I feel like he's getting compared. Like he feels like he's being compared to his dad, and he feels like a failure because she views him as a saint.
Yeah, a little. But he also knows that he's never going to live up to it because she's full of shit, too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so basically, this episode 2, there's a couple things going on. There's Christopher and Brendan hijacking a truck in the beginning.
Yep.
It's got the DVD players.
Yeah.
They find out that it's Uncle Junior's protected trucks, So they have to pay him back 15,000,
15. Yeah, 15.
which they don't like, and they're not going to do, but then they do it anyways, and then Tony takes his cut.
I like that when Sylvia at the end's like, so what if this suit didn't go back?
Yeah.
I like when Christopher's talking to Fuckhead, and he's
Brendan.
like Tony's gonna try to talk to him. Tony's gonna take a couple thousand. He's gonna try to pay him 10. He's like, we might net like 500. I'm going, bitch, you're not getting any fucking money back. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That 15's long gone.
Well, I like how, too, that they're like, what the fuck? Why do we have to give him so much? Because he protects the truck, you moron.
Yeah.
But it's like that sense of entitlement. They really nailed it.
Yeah. So, Uncle Junior and Tony, we had talked about they had a sit down with Jackie Aprile. He's an important character, so he's like in charge. He's the boss.
He's the one who has cancer, right?
Yeah, he's the boss.
Yeah.
From Death to Smoochie, by the way. And he says, they got to pay restitution. That's why they pay. As that's going along, you got Pussy and Polly Walnuts looking for the car that's stolen.
Yeah.
His name's Polly Walnuts.
Yep.
I did not know.
Yep.
I knew it was Polly, but not Polly
So
Walnuts.
that which is pretty comical. They go into like
They go to a couple different butt fucks.
Yeah.
couple different butt fucks, and they finally find him. Mike Epps is
Yep.
one of them. They've already chopped the car up, and they're like, "All right,
What, you're
dude,
gonna
go
go get that
steal
fucking
another
plate?"
one."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how the guy's like, "What about the razor wire?"
Yeah.
And they're like, whatever, just get in there.
Yeah. And they do give it to the teacher at the end, and he's like, "Oh, my Uncle Pussy did it."
And then they're looking too, and you hear like he gets paint on his hand, and one of the girls in the back is like,
I wonder
"Oh,
if
it's
that
a
was
new
paint.
car."
Or is that supposed to be blood?
No, it's
No, it's paint because they
Is
got
it
to.
paint?
it was a
Okay.
yellow car. They painted
Yeah,
red.
because when you opens the trunk, you can see it's still yellow in there.
Yeah.
And then I guess the other main thing that happened in episode 2 is Livia drives over her friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was an interesting scene.
So they show her driving. She's going about 4 miles an hour. Then she pulls into the driveway, scrapes the fucking bottom, and then
Yeah.
fucking just runs over her friend.
Floors it.
Yeah.
Because so she was just gonna back out like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is just as crazy.
She was like, "Oh, this driveway,
It's a-
another pain in the ass."
Yeah, but
That's actually a really good impression of her.
that gets us to get her into a nursing home. Well,
Yeah.
a retirement
Yeah, which
home.
she
God.
seemed really pleased to be in, by the way.
She looked really happy when she was going in there.
She had a lot of words when they were there.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
couldn't shut her up.
The subtitles were going crazy when she was talking.
Speaking of subtitles, do you remember the lyrics to the song at the end when Tony's on the phone and then he gets angry and beats the guy and like the episode ends?
Yeah, I do.
I just remember, get on your motherfucking knees.
It sounded like
Yeah.
it was like the worst song on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy's
rem-
repeating the same like 4 lines over and over again, and it's a scene
Yeah.
like Tony beats up a guy, and then he walks out, and the strippers are all looking, and the guy's just like, "Let your motherfucking
Tell
ass
me when
out."
to get down on your motherfucking knees.
I didn't even notice. I just heard the music and was like, whatever. And then you're like, did you hear the words to that? And maybe you rewind it, and then we turned on subtitles, and it was just terrible.
Yeah, it
I
was
remember-
really
I
bad.
remember- I remember that song.
So then they decide to go after a second truck. It's only Brendan that goes, not Christopher.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. He has a
But
good moment telling
Christopher
him no.
doesn't try to stop him like Tony says.
Yeah.
That's true.
Which
And
good leadership would have been like, "Hey, man,
yeah,
you should probably fucking think twice."
Yeah,
here,
if
Bubba."
if Heston would go, hey, Bubba, come on, don't do that, Bubba.
What am I, Alibaba Bernstein?
I don't know, that's what you were doing earlier.
you did say Bubba like 4 times on
I
accident.
would not think by me saying Bubba would make me a poo from The Simpsons.
That's how you were saying it earlier.
I mean, you
I
were.
said Bubba.
I just calls him as
You
a
say
season.
Bubba, you send pictures of poo. You sound like a poo to me.
Yeah, you kind of poo to me too,
I'll take it.
in your mouth.
We didn't talk about the first episode. How when Uncle Junior's driving Livia to the party,
Oh yeah, and they're talking about the dad and
if someone might have to take over. And he's basically getting permission from Olivia to whack Tony.
yeah.
And she just kind of like blew it off.
Or did
It
she?
seems like she thought about it for like 10 seconds and then was like,
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Whatever you gotta do.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Do you
can't
think-
wait till she fucking dies. We're one episode in. I can't wait till someone already dies.
Yeah.
And she'll probably make it to the fucking the last episode.
Who knows?
You never know.
I know the answer to
I
something
know the
in
answer
this.
too. Don't Google her.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not.
It's interesting now. We're in a territory where we can, like, kind of not... Because I don't know a lot, but I do know some spoilers. So we're back to not being able to say some things. But pretty soon, like, a couple episodes into this, I won't know
It's hard
shit
for me
either.
because, I mean, like, these first episodes I've seen a million
I'll
times.
say that this was like, what, fucking 20 years? I mean, you watched this a long time ago.
Yeah, but I've seen season 1 a lot.
It was 12 years ago. We just looked it up.
So I mean, like, I remember these. Like, I knew Bodhi was in it at the time. I kind of forgot about Mike Epps, but I knew there was someone in there, and I just couldn't remember who it was. And I remember all the storylines. It just kind of comes to me as we're watching it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, the first two are pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it's only going to get better too. So
Absolutely.
We'll see.
You obviously know that answer.
We'll see. It could get terrible.
I think there's seasons that we. What the
I do.
fuck?
I think still, as of now, I think... Because I already know the ending. I mean, most people do. I still think I'm going to hate the ending.
I'm interested to rewatch.
Like, but it will be
see.
interesting to see, like, the whole show going into there, if it'll change my opinion.
Yeah,
But I think I'll still hate it.
you might.
Because it just leaves you not knowing.
But just hating the last
'Cause
5 minutes of a show
I-
isn't gonna make
Yeah, it
you
doesn't...
hate 86 episodes.
Well, it's like when we
Right.
talked about Game of Thrones, the ending of Leftovers is terrible, but the show is still great. And don't say anything because it's not to you, but I love that show.
The show is okay.
It was so good to you, and then you, because the ending was bad, now you have an excuse to badmouth it.
What do you think about the Leftovers, Has?
You know, I'm not a big fan of leftovers. I don't eat too many of them.
No, it was interesting. The Leftovers had me like I didn't want to watch the first season. Was it the first season and then the second season and then the third one took forever? Or was it
The third season took him 2 years to make.
like I had given up and I didn't even watch season 2 and he's like,
You,
"Oh,
you
it's-"
watched one episode of season 2,
and I
you're
didn't
like,
and I
"Fuck
didn't
this show."
and I didn't like it and I'm like I
I
don't
remember hearing we were doing a podcast. And
We were
you
doing
like, oh,
Big
gotta
Little
watch it,
Lies.
gotta watch it.
We were doing Big Little Lies.
I'm like
Yeah.
yeah, but he made me. That's what you're not.
I know, but he was like hyping it.
I was.
Yeah. So I fucking watched season 1 over because I couldn't remember shit because it was fucking years ago. Watched season 2, and then we watched season 3, and then it was interesting. And I was like, cool. And then you get to the end, and you're just like, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does kind of have that, but it was still good though on all along.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, same for The Sopranos. What's the fucking point? You don't get an answer or anything. Who cares?
Butt
You know,
fucks.
I'm not looking for an answer in The Sopranos. There's not fucking people disappearing in the middle of fucking thin air.
You forgot that scene.
Hmm.
It happens in it. You guys want to wrap up this hot dog stand?
No.
All right, we can
I
just,
thought we could go for another hour.
we could just sit here in silence.
That would be great.
I was just gonna wait until someone made a
It's
sound.
too fucking hot in here. I don't want
I know. I'm fucking dying. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I want to mention because Nick forgot to remind me at the beginning of the show, like an asshole.
It's my fucking fault.
I redid the whole therealpleeka.com last night. I'm still in the process of updating it, but
I didn't even hear about this.
if you go on there, you can click Random Ramblies. You can click on Season 3, Season 2, Season 1, get all the videos on there. Still in the process of uploading all those, but all of Season 1's on there. I got our highlights on there. I got all our vlogs on there. I'm putting a bunch of stuff on there. So if anybody has anything they think I should put on there, you can come down below or go check that out. But thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.
Hey, Bubba, what's going on? You know, like...